Hello? 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 Hi. Yeah, I know. I know. Remembered I had to do things. Sorry. Sorry. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Except the messenger is me. You can put it up with me. That's okay. But I hope with a lot of prayer, my computer might be able to run this game. That's our hope. Like, seriously, guys, start praying now. Start praying. That's not what that means. Start praying. Oh, I don't mean you, honey bunches. You're okay. You have no standing on that one. But we're playing a little game that I always see popping up. So I'm hoping. Basically, you die and you have to help your cats, and that's it. So, and then after that, we'll have a bit of chat because I've started reading again. I have opinions on what I'm reading. And also, I've watched a bunch of movies, so yep. So we are playing. Oh my god, what the fuck is this game called? Ignore this. Ignore that I said it like that. We're playing Six Cats Under. Seriously, start praying for my computer. Good. Well, close app. Okay, thank you. We're gonna have to start praying like literally immediately. Guys, everyone hold hands. Everyone hold hands. Okay, we've got that part up. Now I have to close this part out. Okay. Now, all I know is you die and now you have to take care of your cats. This is literally my nightmare scenario. Damn. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. How clumsy of me. Reading is more dangerous than I thought. Oh, one and click, forgot. Oh no, what about my precious kitties? Stuck in this apartment, how will they survive? I must get to the front door open so they can run free. In my favorite horror stories, ghosts can communicate by influencing their environment. Let me see if there's anything in the room that can help. Okay. Oh, I love calico cats. This unironically what my fridge looks like. Good lord, this is a lot of cats. Ooh. How many cats do you have? Okay, this is a random pop science fact. I have no idea if it's actually true because it comes from TikTok, and I know I have a habit of telling you guys random facts from TikTok that just aren't true, but I believe in them, so I tell them to you guys. But there's this one science-y channel. It's not TikTok, it is just YouTube, but there's a parasite that you can get that makes your brain want more cats, and it's a parasite that cats can have, and it's a whole thing, and it can just make your brain just more cats, the smell of cats, yada yada. Oh, good dear. Oh my god, that's dark. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10, 11. Okay, I know you're old and all, but there is a level where we've got to have a level here. Okay, so let's click. Let's see what we can do. Oh, okay. Into the fish bowl. Maybe one of them will want to eat the fish. Well, that didn't work. Fan. Well, what the hell is that gonna do? Also, I'm trying to look at my computer. Oh, hey, this isn't. Oh, okay. So I needed to do that. Oh, okay. So this is situations. Okay, turn. I do not like how that sounds. What's up? I have to look at my phone to even see chat. I've made some sacrifices to make this work. I can't tell. Okay, it seems to be looking fine. But guys, the minute it starts lagging out, please tell me. That's Frederick. He's a very sleepy boy. Okay, Frederick. Usually I can only get his attention if there's really tasty food involved. Okay. It won't budge. Okay. Does he see the food? Does he see the food? Oh my god. This is frustrating. What do I do? Oh, yes. Yes. Come on. You see the food! You can hear it! Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's see some of the other cats. Mr. Spock? These are fun cat names. He's usually quite shy, but catnip turns him into a bit of a rascal. Last week he tore up my new curtains. Oh, Baroness, she sure does like the TV, especially when I'm watching my baking shows. Will you move? I'm trying to get the front door open. This is crazy. Go. How am I meant to get this damn door open? These are too heavy. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm a little blob. Okay, so we've got Baroness, Frederick, Spock. We're gonna hope for the best on all of this. That's Pumpkin. I wish you would try to get along with the other kitties. But there's no taming that little missy. Oh, okay. Ponyo and Clancy, they both love it in the hammock. I don't blame them. It looks very cozy. Maybe this fly. Oh. Family photos of precious memories. And it's all cats. This is gonna be my life one day, and I'm not even mad about it. Oh, I think that's Pickwood in there. She's a very fussy eater. Joffrey, he's such a clever boy, but he gets easily spooked. Okay. Bam. This might make him the easiest cat to influence. This is what I'm thinking. Come on. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Damn. Okay. This is a problem. Okay, so okay, well, we don't need to open a door. We can just go through it. Rufus, what a cutie, has the softest fur. What can I do with this? Nothing. Okay. He likes chilling in the bathroom. I wish I could give him a cuddle. Who? Okay. Not lights turning off. Roasted and kitty litter smells like old candy floss, but the cats like it. Shampoo. Hold on. Maybe? See? He's concerned. Help! Come on, we can do this. Come on. You can do it. Bah! Oh. What next? The fly. This is all working together. Yo. Okay, now. Is this helping? I thought it did. It's not. Okay. Oh, the leaf. Oh, that's catnip? In what universe is that catnip? Okay, so that's not helping anymore. Okay, I thought it was. Oh, let me turn it off. Damn. You're mean. Don't be so mean. Okay, how can I help this? How can I manage this? This is actually... I'm stressed for these damn cats. Okay. Oh, is that SpongeBob? You're funny. You're so funny. Okay, I'm stuck. These are too... Duh. Okay, books. I would never... I feel like... No, I feel like I'm gonna jinx myself somehow if I say that. I'm gonna be like, well... Looks very cozy. Okay. But that's not helping. It's empty, too heavy for the stove. What am I meant to do with this? Can I open the fridge? I feel like there's a specific way I'm meant to go about doing this, and I'm not smart enough. Okay. That's something. But what in the universe is this meant to do? Because I feel like what I meant to do is get... I feel like what I meant to do is to get this cat over here. Like, to attack the fish? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm just not the brightest bulb here. Maybe that's okay. Okay, that's not working. Okay, let's important. Okay, but what the fuck else do I do here? Okay. What else can I feel like I meant to help you specifically, but I don't know what else I can do here. This is actually really concerning. How the fuck do I get... But this isn't a baking show. It said that she likes baking shows, so how do I turn it to one of the baking... Maybe... Okay. Okay, see, my thought is... What can I do with that? What can I do with that? No, come back. Come back, please. Maybe if I do it with the TV off? Okay, so that's not working. Let's think about this. Because my thought is maybe we get them over there. And that'll help. I didn't realize that's her body. Oh my god. Okay. Is there... Okay, we're gonna try random stuff. Because I thought maybe if it was food involved, he'd see that. It's no, we're having no such luck right now. But I am trying. I think that's what matters. Okay. Okay, so he's already ripped that. What can I do with that? Nothing. I wish you get along. I can't move it. What do you expect me to do? Okay, let me just... Can I not click? Okay, Joffrey, move, please. You're really trying, and that's really what's... Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Fuck. Nope, okay, that didn't work. Okay. What can I burn? To be honest, like, what can I burn in this house to get their attention? What the hell else can I click? Okay, so we do need a cat to do that. Is this what they mean? There's a can of beans? Why? Okay. Now, none of you judge me for being bad at this game. And I won literally none. None at all. Shut up. I'm the smartest person alive. I'm literally looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? But now I see, I didn't realize what this was. Okay, now I know how to do this. I was like, I know I need to turn on the baking channel so he can get past this, but how the fuck do I do it? Everything I know is what I already knew. I didn't look too far ahead. Okay, there. Wow. Go, 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 go. Okay. Okay. Now. Come up here. Thank you. You're so easy. Thank you. Okay. Fuck. Ooh, maybe I need to go the other way? I don't know. But I know it. Oh, here. This. You bitch. You motherfucker. I was trying to help. Okay. Wow. Wow. Nothing? Okay. Okay, friend. Okay. Like, damn. Okay. Now how the hell do I get... I know I need to get this fish somewhere. It's a fish. Duh. But how the fuck do I get the fish there? This is the problem. This is the problem. Good lord. What now? What? That's what. There we go. Nom 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 nom. There. Come on, come on. What I knew you could do. You can do this. Come on. Oh, damn! Damn, that was some Looney Tunes shit. Damn. Oh. That's a whole lot of cats. That's a whole lot of cats. I'm really not the brightest when it comes to these games. There were things I didn't know I had to do. I would have figured it out had I seen the water part. That was it. I just needed to figure out that there was other stuff I could click. Oh, can I? Oh, I pass on. My cats are happy. I live. That's fun. That's cute. It's very cute. Very. Now, let's see. How many frames? 9. Gasp. It normally takes me out like a bajillion. That's fun. I'll let the music play and we'll go into just chatting. That's fun. Just chatting. Books, stuff, and more stuff. Book stuff, more stuff. What I have been doing this weekend, I babysat dogs again. I do it every couple weeks. The one I did before is Mula. My no spin year is going totally amazingly. Then I remembered other stuff. So, you know, that's really fun. Which toy are you thinking for right now? Like, what are you trying to get? You wanted that damn horse so bad. Oh my god. I have to admire her. I have to admire her spirit. Because in no universe is it that necessary to do all that. But you know what? Hell yeah. Is that you? I hope to God that's you. Oh my god. I hate hearing noises at any point right now. Because I fully do think it's someone else. And it's not. It's never someone else. It is fully just my dog. Is that wrong of me? Like, is that bad? I don't know. I think it is. Just a little bit. But as you can tell, mess with my bangs a little bit more. They're a little bit longer now. Is that wrong? I don't know. I had to because it was bad, and it was bad. If no, I don't know if I said it or not. I did not have actual scissors. I just had shearing scissors, and the thing that will do to you is not very. It's frustrating. And what I wanted was just longer. I wanted longer and slightly more even. And I just think with how my hair curls, it's never actually gonna look even to me. Nor will they ever actually be even in the sense of being even because they're curly. So it's just not ever gonna happen the way I want it to. And I can live with that. I'm gonna have to live with that. So that'll be great, guys. That'll be great. But I cut them a little bit more, so now there's more on the side, in the sense. But yeah, I'm hoping that goes great. It'll be awesome, guys. It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Like I said, I was gonna talk about the stuff I've been reading. My goal is to read at least right now 4 or 5 books a month. And I have abandoned Goodreads and Storygraph. Sorry. I can't keep up with it like that. I have now downloaded a random Google spreadsheet to keep up with it. And we're gonna hope for the best. Because I do just want, if I could just give myself stickers, that is what I would do. Like, I would just say, read X amount of time a day and give myself stickers. Is that childish? I don't care, nor should I. I think it's just fun to do it like that. So I'm reading currently 2 books. You might be able to see, hold on, I'm trying to remember that this is mirrored. Fuck. Somewhere back there, not the pillows. I have 5 different books. Hold on. There's one that's I have thoughts on. One I've kind of barely started, so let me go get them. Hold on. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Oh, you have a ball. That's what you did. Also, yes, I know you guys can hear me. I did not turn my mic off. Why? Because I didn't want to. I just didn't feel the need to show you guys my butt pants right now because they are stained with hair dye. And that is not something I care for you guys to see. Because I'm not gonna clean them. They're stained. I cannot do much more than how I've done. I need to clean off my OBS though. That's what's really got me. But as I was saying, I've got some books. Now I've read some of these. I need to get just a random camera to just show you what she does in her toy bin. Because she's an acrobat when it comes to it. And she went with me as I babysat other dogs. She gets very strange with other dogs in that suddenly her brain fully functions as if she is a baby. And she will just do whatever the other dog does. I don't understand how that works. But suddenly, she's very calm right now. She just is chilling and playing with her toys. I know it's just her reactivity levels, but she's a fiend when it comes to other dogs. And I don't mean that in a bad way. She's just playing constantly. And she loves it, but I forget she can be very high energy when it comes to her favorite dog ever. Oh, I didn't get 5 out of 4. Okay, that was my goal for books. So the first one is the one I've actually read, but I'm gonna show you the other ones first. So, in my brain, I know of Ray Bradbury. So, the cover looks sick. So, Something Wicked This Way Comes. No idea what it's about. But I have not bought these. I got them from my library. So I've got 3 weeks to hope and pray that this is good. Another one solely chosen because the cover looked sick. The Dragon Wakes with Thunder. Look at this. Like, this is gorgeous. I have no idea what it's about though. And every time I read a book with a dragon, inevitably someone is going to fuck a dragon. So maybe I should have that expectation in mind, but this feels more like mythology. Look, well, it does say the word myth up here, and maybe that's just an assumption, but look at this. Cute. I'm obsessed with it. If it's a sequel to something, I'm going to find the first one. I really hope it's not, because I have been duped before. But oh my god, it's gorgeous. This one, this is funny, because I read the summary and I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. Basically, I know what I'm going into when I see this one, which is, oh my god, this recluse, she's studying these fairies, and there's someone here, and he's charming, and maybe he's a fairy, and now I have to address certain feelings. She's going to fuck this man, and I know that in my heart. So I know what I'm expecting, but I do think maybe it'll be fun. Just because that's funny to me a little bit. I like seeing how they're gonna play it off of, oh, you don't like him? Well, you're gonna fuck by page 300, so what are we doing? How are we gonna get here? Now this is the one I've actually read. Flesh. It's a lot. The first chapter is about how he gets groomed. I don't know if it's actually going to say that part out loud yet, but he's 15. He has a neighbor who's 42, if I'm remembering correctly. She's in her 40s. They start up a relationship, obviously because he's 15, and half the time he's like, wow, she's old and disgusting. That's what we're going into there. And then he kills her husband. This happens in the first chapter. He kills her husband. So that's there. So I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where this is gonna go. All I know is he got out of prison, and he was trying to fuck his uncle's stepdaughter? Your cousin? There's a lot happening in this. I knew it said psychological on it. Yeah. So he's already been set up bad. Because his first relationship is he's 15 with a 42-year-old woman. A crime has already occurred, and now because she said, this is a book, Flesh, that I got from the library. So Mom was babysitting, so I'm trying to read 4 books a month, and I will give you guys recaps of everything. The other one is Lady Definitely Going to Fuck a Fairy, and maybe someone fucking a dragon. This is just, I'm expecting this when I go into them. One I know 100% is going to be romance. The other one, I'm just lowering my expectations, because anytime someone writes about a dragon, they fuck the dragon. Thank you. That's very nice. But look, I get it. When it comes to dragons, there is this thing in your head that goes, damn. And I'm not gonna lie, some people can write it well. worried about the book. Okay. I pick based off covers. This is cute. Hello. Oh my god. Where do you guys come from? Look, when it gets to dragons, everything in my head goes to the random YA books where everyone fucks a dragon. And I can't, like, sometimes it's like, okay, and I'm like, okay, we're fucking dragons, how are we gonna get to point A to point B? Because sometimes, look, I used to be a serious PNG booktuber. I've been down these streets before. When it gets to certain ones, there's one that I loved, and he wasn't fully a dragon, he was like part phoenix. They had this whole geopolitical thing going on, and they went to the land of the fucking dead, and was like, okay, well, I can understand this. This is a random faction of it. Then there's books like Fourth Wing, and I'm just like, you just want to fuck a dragon. And it's like, that's okay. We all have our, things in our brain that happen sometimes. Like, some people, there were people who were really rooting for romance in Tea Dragon Society, even though that's just a cutesy little book. And there is romance in that with the humanoid dragons. Why? Because I think fundamentally, dragons are so intertwined with cultural stories. People want to fuck dragons. And that's just a thing that happens. Sorry. Anytime there's a mythical monster in anything ever, there's going to be a subsection of people who want to fuck those things. And I can't say this is wrong if it happens so often. As long as it is written not badly and it's kind of normal, maybe we can get somewhere. But then there's other times where it's like, ooh, put that shit down. I don't know. I would never classify myself as a monster fucker. Just putting that out there. But if it's written well enough, I can suspend my disbelief on certain aspects. Because I think there are tropes you can play with. This is crazy sentiment coming from me right now. But I've said this before. If you can write it well enough and it not seem crazy and it actually have themes, I think you can do things with it. If you play with tropes, if you play with thematic things, like there are things you can think about when you do stuff like that. Because there's a reason people also write sci-fi books and they fundamentally just want to fuck aliens. And it's a whole thing, I do feel like that. I've heard some other people talk about Fourth Wing, and I'm just like, okay, we're here. Also, welcome in. There's so much with YA books like that, and I do just feel like they're... Oh, good heavens. You know how to get down from there, so please don't play this game with me. She's doing it because she's bored. She's right there. She knows how to get down. The minute I stand up, she's going to jump off the couch. She's just mad at me. Hi! Welcome in. Like I said, Fourth Wing. A lot of YA books are just retellings because no one knows how to make anything original anymore. And I'm not saying you can't play with those tropes in the first place, because you can. Half good books are just thinly veiled fan fiction. But when you have thinly veiled fan fiction, you have to really pick at the theme that really got to you. If it's just, damn, these dragons are hot, nothing really good / substantial is really gonna come from that. That's my opinion. If it's like these character dynamics really entice me and I wish there was something more that went into that, and I'm gonna build it around certain dynamics and settings, I'm going to build my own version, go into things I wish it had gone into, that can theoretically work. That can. I'm gonna defend a lot of fan fiction here. And even ones I have problems with. Because here's the thing. When I tell you Dante's Inferno, Bible fan fiction, I feel like a lot of people say that, but they don't go into the things that make it different to the point of where it is substantial standalone and goes into what it goes into, because there's a political part into it, there's his own beliefs, there's a whole thing. There's also stuff with There's someone who wrote something, and I can't remember who it is right now, but it was about the fall of Rome, and then he was writing it, and it was like trying to steer Rome into further directions. I can't remember if it's the Iliad, or it's certainly not the Odyssey. I don't think it's the Odyssey. It might be the Odyssey. One of them, classic tale, told all the time. And it was just about how maybe Rome can start again post-war. We can rebuild. And a lot of classic stories like that are retellings. Shakespeare, fan fiction, McGee, he loved retellings, and Shakespeare's is half retellings half of the time, that he picked on certain themes that he enjoyed and made it its own. So I'm not saying you can't pick up on certain tropes and just, recycle, but you have to add something to it, and it can't just be this but XYZ setting. That's boring to me. If it's just, how like half these ads on TikTok for books is like FNAF meets Harry Potter. That's a real ad I've seen, by the way. I don't know how that makes sense, but it was like Five Nights at Freddy's meets Harry Potter meets, I think it was A Court of Thorns and Roses. What are you talking about? That is not a thing. What? How does that make sense to you? No. Sorry, I'm heated about this. This is just, it's a whole thing. It's very what the hell? Every time I look back and see her doing stuff, it's funny. Like, I can see her move. Sometimes I think she's like an actual ghost that haunts me, and then I look and it's my dog. But yeah, Fourth Wing had its issues, mostly because I don't like the author. The Priori of the Orange Tree. What's the nicest way of saying? If you go to Dubai, I don't like that. The author of Poppywort also going to Dubai, and this is a random opinion of mine, is, do you know how many authors you will find out are fucking, what's the nicest way I can say, really fuck with genocidal states? And there are many happening currently. One of them, we know. One of them is America. We've established this fact. Israel, we've got Dubai, a lot of them. There's a lot of them here, and it is so hard keeping track of authors that care / just really, they're like, oh yeah, let's keep funding those. And I know some of them will be like, well, we don't fuck with that one, and then you catch them going to fucking Dubai. What are you talking about? That's what are you talking about? I think I've said before a lot of that the genuine genocide in Gaza and Palestine that is treated as a performative, moral point instead of what it actually is, which is genocide, war crime, not something to be like a fandom contention point. Oh yeah, many of my coworkers love Stephen King. Stephen King, however, has issues. I think when you go into certain authors, it's just it's so bad. Stephen King had a lot of things. There's just like a lot of stuff where it's written and you're like, why would you put that in there? Stephen, Mr. King, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, there was one point, it was like, I can if I genuinely don't know, but if I do know and I remember, it's gonna piss me off a little bit. And I know I can't fully read it without it. I know me, and if it pisses me off enough and I really know about it, I will get pissed off to the point where I know there's not really anything productive that's gonna happen if I read it. But I also know that who I play on Spotify, sometimes evil. I know that in my heart. But any author, if I don't know, I'm just gonna judge the book by its merit. If I do know, a lot of times I know I'm not judging by the merit. I'm just being an asshole to certain extents, because sometimes it's deserved, but sometimes I know I'm just conflating. Like Ariel Pink is a good song. What? Well, yeah, but also knowing he was on drugs through most points makes sense. I do think there are aspects of that make some of the books really interesting, like The Shining. When that is looked at as a thing about addiction, I find that much more interesting than purely supernatural. I just think that's more compelling. Certain scenes, that's not 100% what I was talking about, but I do understand. There are certain other aspects of sexual assault in his books that I'm just like, oh, why? But I find that with a lot of authors will just kind of put that in there and be like, oh, and it's just a lot. It's just so weird, but I find it be a hidden masterpiece. I think my favorite Stephen King, it's really short, but I really like the Jaunt one, which is where you teleport, and if you don't go to sleep while you teleport, your brain kind of interprets it as millions of years. That's crazy to me. Tommyknocker, I might have checked that. I know there's certain subsections of books where Stephen King, where people were like, hey, here's all the warnings, go into it knowing this. If you do not want that, do not read this. I think there's a lot of it. There are good Stephen King books, and if I ignore what he posts on Twitter sometimes, I can put it into the merits. But anytime I also read Stephen King, I'm just like, damn, he's fucking crazy sometimes. And I know sometimes that's just not productive for actually reading content. Same with music. Oh my god, thank you. It's my favorite quote of all time. As a horror author, I can see that though. Like him being overrated. He does oversaturate the market a little bit. But I like his son's books a lot actually. Plus the one in the tall grass, loved. That was so good. But like I said, there are certain just warnings. I think just if you give a warning of an author and you're like, hey, this is what you're gonna find with them, what they're writing, what kind of gets into it. If you don't like that, put the book away. I love those kinds of warnings, but Jesus Christ, in the past couple of years, it's really, it gets to a point where it's just like, damn, I can't keep up with how evil some of these authors are. And sometimes it's like not in the content of their book. Sometimes there is a level of separation that can happen if it's not into the content. But then sometimes it's like, okay, you're writing about political figures, you're writing about these dystopias, and you are going to Dubai. Odd. Well, anything over Casino Time will get that way to you, especially right over 600 plus, but it's not 600. That'd be crazy. 60. I do think so. The same could be said. Oh, Anne Rice. Look, there's a lot of merit to Anne Rice, but everything I remember from Anne Rice is that she sued people who wrote fan fiction. And I get it. Technically, legally, that's the point. But Anne Rice, some of those books are not, there's merit to some of them, and I find them very interesting. But Anne Rice said some crazy shit. There was many times where she was just like, oh, this person got assaulted. And when her books feature a lot of that so heavily, it's like, oh my god. Oh. But still, I do find Interview with a Vampire not to be a bad work. It still has some important themes to discuss in there, especially with Claudia. That one still sticks with me. But I do prefer the TV show. I do. Marissa Meyer, damn, we're pulling out stops. One of the most interesting things I love about the interview with a vampire is, you know, in the book, Louis is a slave owner. That's just part of his thing. And in the TV show, he's a pimp. And some people were like, oh wow, he's so much better than the book version. Is like, hey, bud, he's still trafficking people. That's a pretty fundamental character thing, and I think that is something very, very, what's a good word I'm trying to find right now? In that retelling, I think that's very pivotal in how Louis functions as a character, and I love when retellings do that, where they can still be like, oh, this is the same character, just in a different font, but it's still the same things, part of it. I find that very interesting. I do. Marissa Meyer. Never got into her. I never did. Everyone, when those books were coming up, everywhere. And I promised myself in high school that I would read some of them, and then I just didn't. And again, everything I've heard so far has not been the nicest, so whether or not that has anything to it. Have I not been playing music this whole time, by the way? Oh no, that music's playing in the background, it's fine. I was like, damn, not awkward silence. I also don't have that on. Yeah, someone said the reason we have modern day Vampire the Big Do is because of Anne Rice. Now, I won't disagree, but I say it's kind of spit in the face to Strucker, but after rereading Drag, he's actually much different than Daisy Edwards. There are so many authors, I think, that you can say, you know, they've revitalized vampires, but each one will have a different way of revitalizing it. There's the classic vampires, there's more metaphorical vampires. Vampires are a very specific genre, and it's kind of, there have been vampires before Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker's does have a lot of anti-immigrant, I think anti-Semitic, and just general, there's a lot of issues with Bram Stoker's, and that is kind of pivotal to most of the vampire spiel. A lot of medieval creatures that were folklore, not just medieval vampires, how they were interpreted, because the idea of vampires existed before then from corpses, and people were just like, bam, they're moving, damn, but how they were integrated into wider pop culture, mostly through bigotry, and that will happen with a lot of fictional monsters. That happens, and then you have people trying to go against that, and yeah. Carmilla, Lenore, Long Before Dracula. I'm thinking of like ancient Chinese vampires, the jumping vampires, where they're more just jumping corpses, but they're technically, it's a whole thing of Venn diagram there. Because also Carmilla, that wasn't really necessarily a, you know, yay lesbians book. It was lesbians kind of book, but people will take those books and retell them in a way that isn't like that, and you will have that for hundreds of years, and then when you go back to the source material, it's like, whoa, this is far removed. Yeah, those that is what I'm thinking of. So we always will have those kind of notions of undead coming back, whether that be zombies, which the way we interpret zombies right now, mostly based on Haitian practices, I think, and then it kind of divulged from there into pop culture as more people just kind of went into those ideas. Yeah, reanimated corpses, those kind of concepts exist from beginning of time. People don't like corpses. This is a historical fact. People don't like corpses, and the idea is that a corpse will move. Nobody likes that. So there's like a million of them. And they're all very interesting. So I feel like if you go out and you're like, well, this person made it popular, it only really means for that period of pop culture. Because if I'm like, you know, who made vampires popular in like the 2010s or 2000, you know what time it's Twilight. And then that's just how they're going to be perceived. Everything past that is very sexy vampires, romantical vampires, and we haven't had very, straight horror vampires until people went back to some of the classics and were like, let's go again. And some of those also have issues. Anytime a book is made, because every form of art is political because of authorial intent and also how us as an audience will perceive it, there's always going to be that level to it. Now, none of this is me saying you cannot indulge in what is most definitely some problematic art. It's really just your tolerance of it and whether or not you are cool with that, because same way most TV shows are political no matter what. The amount that I can put on The Rookie really depends on how pissed off I am that day, because The Rookie exists in a universe in which cops are both awful and not awful, and somehow it's propaganda, but not very good propaganda, because I never go away thinking, damn, they're good at their job. Mind humor guy, taking your glasses off. We're gonna phrase that differently, but because I don't want to do my hair behind my shoulders. I'm so sorry. My hair's just really bad right now. Look, I'm not doing them at the same time, but my hair's just not long. And I don't like how I look without my, I cannot see. Right now, I physically cannot see. It's impossible for me. Like, I really can't. And also, my glasses hide how bad my eyeliner is. So, you got a real gift. You got a real gift right now. It's so bad. I just kind of assume I cannot do any amount of my eyeliner because my hands shake too much just because it's near my eye and my eye starts. Ugh. So, I really have to hope and pray whenever I do it, and then I just end up doing too much. Anytime I do my eyeliner, I have to do it like this, like over, because my eyes are also hooded, so like this. But I hate seeing when I take my glasses off on stream. I hate it because I'm too used to how my eyes look with my glasses on. And I can't ever see myself when my glasses aren't on until I look back on the VOD. I'm like, oh, I hate it. I'm gonna hate this too because I'm gonna look back and see how bad my eyeliner is. Oh my god, my favorite part is being a poet in this day and age and trying to get advice from other authors like Ask on this platform. Many others just get met with disgust. Like side-eye poets. What? Well, I'm trying to see in what universe people would not fuck with poets. That's like not fucking with Reddit authors. Everybody's technically a Reddit author. If you write on Substack, you're basically a Reddit author. My opinion. It's just two different platforms. Sorry. I love a good poet. I love a good creative writing class. I'm not good at poetry. This is something I know about myself. I'm not very good at it. But I do love the concept of being good at poetry. I will never be it, but I love good poets. There's one book that's entirely in poetry form. It might be Clap When You Land. It might be. I might be wrong. But that one, I love that. I would never be good at advice at poetry. But the idea of side-eyeing someone for poetry? What? That's so odd to me, because any creative writing or but poets are writers. That's the thing. That's what I don't understand. Because if you go into a creative writing class, you get taught poetry and at the same time you get taught just long form, because they are different, because one has to do with more stanza, more because poetry has a structure to it that most long form writing don't really do, because there's a structure, there's a rhythm that you have to keep that most people don't do when it comes to poetry, because Shakespeare, poet, and anytime an author tries to do a retelling with their own Shakespearean play, it doesn't work, because there's rhythm and language that is used in poetry, and I will say it is technically a different format, but it's more of the lyrical form of it. I'm like, you're reading this first book. Yeah, a lot of epics, early stuff, a lot of that was poetry, and the reason modern people can't go back and rewrite it is because they don't know poetry a lot. And I'm not very good at poetry. I know that. I'm bad at rhythm. So I have to respect anyone who is good at it. But I think authors get away with a lot more than you'd think, unless you mean like Instagram poets, in which case most of them are not very good because they're not really well in the craft of poetry. But there's a rhythm, there's a whole structure that has to be kept. Whole thing. I think authors, they do get away with a little bit more, because they don't have to think about that. They think of Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. They think of a pyramid, and that's it. But you know who I love? People who do character studies, where the plot doesn't really have to exist, and it's just character study. Love those. Love those. I do feel like there's more freedom in an author, but you know, whole thing. It's a debate, technically. Whole thing. I just love, my opinion. Look, no one judge me. I'm starting to fall in love with Reddit authors again. I'm sorry. I have been off my no sleep game for years, really. But I'm finding certain authors from those like kind of communities. They've got me hooked. I'm gonna start watching. Well, yeah, that's like Shakespeare. Yeah. Really just depends on the medium. Medium, retellings, and intent. I feel like those are the main three things that are gonna be your pros and cons there. But who am I talking about right now? Oh my god, brain. Reddit authors. Unfortunately, I've been endeared again. I'm sorry. Reddit authors. There are some that are really good. If you read like Pen Pal, that's really good. Some of them are really bad. Looking back, I think Baraska, not very good. Shit like Tommy Taffy, not very good. Creepypasta is, in a way, a separate form of things, because there's a rhythm, there's a structure, and it is always something. It's like creating a folktale. It's like a whole separate thing. Sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're really bad. Not comparable to poetry at all. My brain just went on a tangent in my head that didn't make sense. From point A to point B. Somehow we're here. Sorry, I accidentally changed the subject of that. But I have fallen in love with authors again. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna start watching not watching, but more listening to the Magnus Archives. That's what I wanted to do. I have no idea the ethics of doing a react stream to that, so I probably won't, but the thought is there. That, or I just want to react to random dating show shit. Some of them are so bad, but they're so fun. But yeah. I forgot what I was talking about, and now I don't remember. We went through a lot of subjects in the past couple minutes. Yay! Where do you keep finding stuff? This is concerning. But as I was saying, she moves fucking fast. She scares me. I'm starting to fall in love with more horror stuff again, because I've been off my reading groove. I really have. But I'm back in the building again. I'm back in the fucking building again. So far, I've been reading random sci-fi horror. Mostly through blurbs, because I don't have time to actually read it. So I will read people recommending it, and then I will go look and see if anyone has like written an article about it, and then I will go down a deep dive of what happens in it, and just kind of imagine those worlds, because there's a whole world out there I didn't know about. For one, Did any of you guys know what 2001 Space Odyssey was about? I didn't know that. And now, when I rewatch, and no one laugh, when I rewatch Lab Rats, I finally get the joke of why the indoor android robot is called Hal. I'm the smartest in the universe. Smartest in the whole wide universe. Yay! I'm so smart. I'm so kind. I'm a genius in a way that is profound. This is true. Guys, this is true. But I didn't, for one, I just thought it was a movie. Didn't know this was a whole thing. But then I read into a lot of the books the author of 2001 Space Odyssey had done. The really terrifying one is the one where these random overlords come and they're like, well, we're gonna take over, but like nicely. And now all of you are joining this hive 1 billion light years away. Bye! 2001 Space Odyssey though, I didn't realize there were that many books attached to it. And then I read through an explanation and analysis of all of them. I'm like, damn, how did the robot turn into a star? This is a whole thing. But I'm fascinated. Sci-fi horror right now is just what is enticing me. I think it's just because I rewatched Three Body Problem and Pluribus. These are all adding into my current sci-fi obsession. And who can judge me for that? No one. Pluribus is really good. In the meantime, also, The Pit. Completely two different genres. No one say anything. I know. But we're back in the building of The Pit again, and they're fun. Alien franchise, I have watched almost everything. I'm also about to watch Predator Badlands, so no one spoil that for me. But I watched the Alien TV show recently, Alien Earth. I had fun with that. I wish it had more alien attacking Earth. That's what I thought it was going to be. But I realized that's just that one movie where the Predator took over New York. I like most of the Alien movies. That was a scary sound. I think it's just something. Season 1, yeah. I also really, apparently unpopular opinion, I didn't hate Prometheus in those books. I also loved Romulus. That was fun. I would love to see the classic Aliens again, and I do think sometimes it is over-explained, but I didn't find them awful, in my opinion. Is she actually? That hypes me up. So far, what I've heard from Predator's Badlands is fun. I love the Predator animated movie. 2 more movies. Damn. I said once that Alien and Predator. I think it's fully just that I have something outside, but not. It's just my fans messing with it. I fully think Alien and Predator, they are like not in the same sense, because we technically have Godzilla, but they are in the same sense of franchises that will simply never die. Not in the sense we would think of them as dying. They are our Godzilla. Truly our creature features of all time. I think one's meant to be the YouTube Prime, the Predator Homeworld. Is that not? Well, no, they were briefly on the, according to trailers, they were only briefly on the thing. But probably finishing off the Prometheus timeline. There's so much in that fucking timeline. I love watching videos of people explaining Alien, because Aliens 1 through 3, oh boy, and then the Prometheus timeline, this might be very crass, I would jump in front of a train instead of going on that fucking planet. I would rather be underground than have to go through that. What, I don't remember her name, but the damn robot. That damn robot. It's interesting though, because the idea of these synthetics and it's like having no emotion and caring too much, but not in a correct way and in a bad way, and genuinely, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. No, and then they go to the home planet and then the robot fucking kills everyone. Terrifying. I wouldn't live a day. I would not live a day. I think I could maybe survive Predator, not in killing Predator, but in I think it would just not perceive me as a threat. That's my opinion. It wouldn't perceive me. I would not survive Alien. That is just 100%. I do not have the willpower. I don't have the emotional strength. It's not happening. I will go into a cryo chamber and just pray for the best. Pray. Hope and pray and die otherwise. But yeah, loving sci-fi right now. Also loving good popcorn TV. With The Pit. Now, I have shared my opinions on The Pit, and I'm talking with more people who love The Pit. I am going to be sad every episode. I will also hate many episodes of it. This is fine. I think that's okay. I've already said my opinions on Collins being Collins being written off. Not my favorite. Also, many of problems the same way the authors we were talking, same issues there. Many of the same issues there. And also, just damn. They don't, the one thing I love every day is saying how many people are like, this is just not how mandate reporting works. Not how that works at all. Love that. I also love watching doctors watch it and seeing their opinions on stuff, because they were like, damn, these chest compressions are awful, just comically bad. Sorry, young Dracula. Now, I've said my favorite character before, Mel. She is me. I am her. Every time many of my coworkers talk about The Pit, they're like, this is you. I hope you know that. I love Langdon and I love Santos. These two ideas can coexist. Now, do I think Santos is technically a bully? Yes. And I think all the characters are very right to be upset with her. Specifically, oh my god. The other interns are completely based to not like her. Langdon, he is a different story. Just completely different. Him and Santos are literally the same person. But, well, they were the same person when he was, in active drug addiction, and stealing from patients. Why is he telling the patient that out loud in public? If you're confessing to a crime, you'd think you'd do it quietly, so you don't lose your license. He probably, in a really realistic sense, he probably should have lost his license, but in the same way, I'm gonna excuse Santos for she really shouldn't have done it, because she does not know how that man is gonna escalate. That one patient who was most definitely abusing his daughter, she does not know how that man is gonna escalate when confronted. That's not a very good idea. She should have reported it, because that's how mandated reporting works. But in the context of the show, I understand why. And I'm not going to be like, well, she should lose her license for those fuck-ups. But Mel randomly being like, this is, bullying is actually a sign of a personality disorder. But Santos is already gone. Damn. Genuinely favorite up there. I have my opinions on Robbie are, damn, you really were gonna let that shooter go, and that's, you just didn't care. I don't know what's happening with Al Hashimi. Hashimi, I think that's how they pronounced it. I don't know. Because once something enters my brain, Al-Hashimi, I think. Yes. I'm trying to remember. Because sometimes things enter my brain, they leave immediately. Speaking of Landon Saladium, it is probably one of the greatest books series characters of all time, but it's saying to me that they haven't do so much as they have. Is he like Dr. Langdon? Which book series are we talking about here? Because I can Google it. Ignore the book was by the way. Dan Brown. Do I recognize? No, I don't. No, I don't. The Da Vinci. I do know that. I do know that. If it's anything like Langdon, if he's funny and an asshole, I can be endeared. So I'll put that on my need to read list. Because, see, the thing is, if they weren't funny, I wouldn't like them. Sometimes I can excuse a bit of fictional bullying because it's fucking funny. So I'm never mad at Santos in the sense of, wow, she's a fucking bitch. However, I can admit she's mean to these people, but she's fucking funny. She's fucking funny the same way Dr. Langdon is funny. If Langdon is gonna get the chuckle out of me, Santos is definitely gonna get a chuckle out of me. That's just because I think it's funny. You can shoot the messenger on that one. But dear Lord, am I excited to see them beef. I want to see them argue again. Just any instance of it. Do I think Langdon will argue with Santos in the way that I would think would be funny? No. I think he's too much on wanting an A+ in recovery and sobriety. This is a thing that is possible to want and possible to achieve. So I don't ever think that's gonna happen. If it does, I will be on Santos' side because he should not have done what he did. And she's in the right for being like, you are stealing from our patients. So I'm not gonna be on his side in that. But I will be, supporting I have your back right over here. Cause those three, yeah, pretty much like he's an ex-church member. Everyone keeps contacting us on the Mysteries of the Run. It's just crazy as hell. Like one of the books someone tries to release the physical embodiment of hell. Okay. Damn. So this is much like when they let Langdon back into the ER, even though he should have been fired and lost his license. Exactly. I see the train of thought here happening. I'm seeing the train of thought. I'm seeing it. I'm following along. I'm gonna put on my to be read. I will hopefully put it on hold at the library and we'll see if they have it. So yeah, but Mel, Santos, Langdon are my top three. I do love the one that's my age. I know her name is Victoria, but I'm trying to remember their last names. Oh my god. I'll remember later. I think it's Jobby? I don't know how to pronounce. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. But her. Love her. I love all the ones that are most definitely TikTokers. The new intern who is literally on her phone while they're doing heart surgery. You know what? Hell yeah. Is a professional for an actual doctor? No. Go to hell. But for a fictional doctor? Hell yeah. You know what? The kind of character they should have just randomly. They can make Jobby do this, or one of the interns. One of them. They can make them one of those famous influencer doctors. That would be funny. To me. It'd be funny. I love the idea of that. Guys, let's have an influencer. Just a random one constantly. It would be really funny if you have just someone in the bag doing TikToks. I feel like I saw in an interview that they are going to mention the epidemic of nurse TikTok. I'm ready. I think her name is Emma. I should know this. I was so deep into season 1, and now I can't even remember most of the characters' names. There's the mousy one. I know his name. I know he's young Dracula, and that's what I remember him by. Don't kill me. And blonde nurse. I know their names. I swear I do. Sometimes I just forget. But, well, to be fair, I did watch all of season 1 at work, at my other, at a job a couple years ago. 1 year ago. It's not that many. But I was watching it in the background while I was doing like clerical shit, so I was like half paying attention. So I know most of the drama through my ears. Maybe not my best way of retaining information. Sorry. But I'm gonna have so much fun watching that. I am. I promise. But the epidemic of nurse talk is in the same vein to me as the epidemic of teacher talk. I've made my opinions on teacher TikTok very prevalent because most of the time it should not fucking exist. The same way nurse TikTok most of the time probably shouldn't fucking exist. My opinion. Because a lot of it's just, oh my god, look at this. It's either look at this minor who I teach, who it's my responsibility to care and teach in the world. Look how mean, look how stupid they are. Let's shame them in a TikTok comment section instead of actually addressing problems. Let's blame this random 13-year-old on the teacher shortage. Let's blame everyone except politicians. And then nurse TikTok, same way, but now they have actual health patients that they're taking care of and they're literally like making fun of them. I don't think those should exist, my opinion. I'm sure there are some light and brights in there. There are some from teacher talk that I've seen that I, yay. But when they're actually practicing, it's a complicated thing for me because sometimes I think there is merit to some of the content that's being made. And other times I think this is, why are you posting a hypothetical of you winning an argument against like a 12-year-old? What ego trip is that? That doesn't make sense to me. And those there was one, I know it went viral, there was one like gynecologist or something, and they were like taking pictures of discharge left by their patients. That's crazy. You're crazy. You're genuinely fucking crazy. In what universe is that appropriate? Sorry. My opinion. But there's a whole lot of stuff on TikTok that I just think, let's turn the other way. Let's turn our phones off. And I know I'm technically hypocritical for saying this because I talk about random bullshit on stream all the time that I barely know shit about. But, I mean, I get maybe 2 people on here. I feel like it's a lot less than a viral 1 million view TikTok. No. You just, me and TikTok do not have very good basis with each other. Yeah. I feel like TikTok is just scrolling through random trends, and it is exactly what the algorithm wants you to see. Whole thing. Yeah. Whenever it's very odd because I think the algorithm on TikTok is made for scrolling and made for parasocial relationships and feeding trends to you. And I think influencers just feed into that a lot. Because there was the whole debacle of the DoorDash lady situation that I think almost anyone making TikToks about that should never have made a TikTok about it. There's no universe where this is something you should be talking about. Just ever. Then there's like half the time where it's just people making lol cows on TikTok. You're crazy. And then there's some where people are like making random, oh my god, let's argue for the next 50 years on the basis of whether or not nudity is sexual in front of your own kids. And it's like, there's not going to be a discernible thing on that, just ever, because for some people it's very much cultural, for some people it's traumatic. It is just depends, because I know there's some people seeing the words on TikTok, women are just not predators like that, sorry, and the idea of a dad making near his kids is inherently predatory. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What the hell? What the hell? Now, maybe this is a more cultural thing for me, because where I'm at and how I grew up, what? just what? That was just kind of not normal, but because there's still a level of boundaries there. But damn, you and your siblings would, if you could not afford water, like running water like that, there was definitely some things that were going to happen. Sometimes your parents would wash you out to get, there's a whole thing there. So there's just certain things that weren't like that were just existed. And the minute you were like, I don't want to do that anymore, you're allowed to not do that anymore. It is what it is. But yeah, there's just a lot of times where TikTok is very black and white instead of going, well, sometimes it depends. And you're allowed to have various opinions on that. Instead, we have to agree on this right now, otherwise you have to die. Book Talk is the worst ever created, but I can see why it's a good thing, and it's good if you are writing and selling a book, but that's about it. Promotes mediocre books and mediocre opinions. I agree with that. I think Book Talk really made advertising books. For one, best thing you can do for advertising is use TikTok. However, it is very oversaturated. So a lot of people tend to do just the whatever is quickest, and instead of making a book that is good, they make it for TikTok attention span, and that's a whole thing. Any book I think that it has been promoted to me from Book Talk has just never been good, and that's a whole debacle. Because again, like I said, TikTok is very just one way or the highway, and every discourse I see on Book Talk is so. There was once a subsection of Book Talk that was like, we love problematic men, so that's why we voted for Donald Trump. You're crazy. And they're like, why wouldn't people like that? I mean, we said we like an evil man. You're crazy. And that's not even me dissing people who like problematic content in books. If that is something you enjoy, as long as you are responsible with how you indulge in that, hey, no one's gonna stop you. But what the hell are you talking about? And people treating like sports stuff, book talkers going into sports stuff and being like, when are you guys gonna make out? And this is before Heated Rivalry. This is not me giving a random diss to Heated Rivalry. They were doing this before because Book Talk loves hockey for some reason. And they were just randomly sexually harassing hockey players, and when the hockey players' wives were like, hey, could you not though? Like, could you not? Like, it was, for a certain extent of time, we were going with it, but I'm revoking that consent now. Can this, can we cease with this? And then people were like, no, because you were cool with it first. Not how consent works. Yeah, just, and someone setting a boundary of, hey, I'm no longer going to engage in this content that, hey, I'm revoking all of this. My boundaries that I'm no longer engaging with this because it's making me uncomfortable. I'm no longer engaging in this. I would wish that you no longer do this. I'm not going to engage with that. You are no longer getting promotion from this team anymore. And then going like, no, you evil bitch. No, let me ignore consent more. Just bonkers. B-O-N-K-E-R. Bonkers. But again, most TikTok is. I think it very much promotes a very, everything is an argument and there's no nuance in any amount of situations. There's the adoption discourse, so much discourse, and it's like people are going to be informed by their own personal experience in that. You are not going to get a definitive answer on where things should go, where things shouldn't, because it's going to be formed by personal experiences on a much larger systemic problem. And instead of focusing on it as a systemic problem, instead it's this personal issue that we will moralize right now. And if you are not on the right one, you die now. Instead of us something that can come to a solution, hopefully. But again, that's a whole separate issue. Not only, I feel like just writing a book, at least getting published, is so get because you need an agent for some publishers, but like now how do you get an agent? And then you have people do that, and it's like great big publishing company. The AI publishing companies, we have to start like, I don't know, I want to say like throwing stuff at people, but what's a non-threatening way to say that? Because what the fuck are these people doing? It's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous. The amount of bullshit going on in the publishing industry. I wrote one of my like high school papers on it about there's a movie right now that I swear all of the CGI, instead of actually like being like shitty CGI, I think they just used AI videos, and I'm really mad about it. With the book industry, it's such a monopoly that so many people literally are trying to get involved in, and then they're going to fall for a lot more stuff because they want to make it out of this monopoly they can't afford to indulge in, and it's just a lot. And it's really only benefiting those companies. That's always who's going to benefit. It's an insult to life itself. Like, if that's true, we are fucked. I definitely. It is. It's so crazy. I genuinely, it freaks me out. It freaks me out because there's so much. For one, so many people are using deep fakes, shit like that. I know right now, a bunch of, I think the UK, maybe Canada, a whole lot of places are about to might ban Twitter because of Grok's AI image creation, and that's been used to make I don't remember shit like that. Just people using it to deep fake celebrities. There are some people who make fake AI of celebrity, like, just, I don't know, I don't want to say porn because I feel like there's an actual term. I think it's just deep fake, but shit like that is terrifying, genuinely. I know so many people are like, you can just never post anything of you online, and it's like, these people are gonna find a way to do it anyway, and that's terrifying. It's so scary. That's UK. I think, yeah, UK, and I think some other countries are adding to it that they're also like threatening to ban it. Maybe it's just not the thing is just taken away, because I know right now they're like, oh my god, we'll just leave the premium users. Thanks, now you can pay for it. You're odd, because there's a whole trend of people going into random people's Twitter and then going, hey Grok, make it so this person looks like it has spilled milk on them, for very obvious imagery. Everyone is fucking insane. My opinion. Everyone is fucking insane. And there's just so many bots on Twitter now. When did this happen? Every verified user is mostly a bot, and that's freaky. Literally, where the hell do we go? Where do we go from here? It's so... Ugh. Oh dear heavens, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Guys, I need to go to bed. Because I have work. But I had so much fun talking to you guys. Thank you all for coming. I will see... Oh, no, my phone is dying. Okay, I was gonna raid and see if I could raid anybody. It's not happening. I'm torn on if I'm gonna go live tomorrow or not. So don't expect it. I might not. Depends on how long I'm at work for. I think I will be at work all day, and I might just be tired, so we'll see. I might leave tomorrow as a chore day. So peace out, my grandmothers. Yep. Goodbye, my North Carolinians. Goodbye, grandmas. Goodbye, people at Nando's right now. What if that's our group name, guys? Guys, what if that's our group name? Alright, but I really have to go to bed. I have work tomorrow. Alright, I will see you guys probably either Monday or Wednesday. It'll either be Reddit or something. Reddit, maybe just chatting. Maybe I'll finish it up. Sad face. But I will go to bed. I will see you all later. I will be editing one of my YouTube videos eventually. I'll get to it eventually, guys. I promise I will. All right, I have to go because I have work. So, bye.